Viral.
Yeah, right. Well, you have to say a few exciting or do a few exciting things. Hold on.
On camera? No.
Five views.
Not anymore.
I'm sorry, can you grab that pen back there? I didn't grab a pen today. I did come prepared, thank you.
You guys are going to take notes? Now you're really going to scare me.
All right, let me...
You want to do it?
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
Thanks for coming. The reason I sponsor these seminars is it gives us the ability to educate ourselves, to ask questions on topics that affect you, and all of you here are buyers, and you are all considering short sales. There's a lot of misinformation and a lot of misconceptions that people have about short sales. And so I've invited Jonathan Aven, he's an attorney downtown who I've been doing short sales with, and there are so many complicated situations that we have found in short sales that I want you to be able to hear directly from him, who represents buyers and sellers in these short sale situations, so that you have a full understanding of what you're walking into if you are pursuing short sales. All right, and then after Jonathan's presentation, we'll have time for questions, and because I'm sure there's going to be a lot. Thank you for coming, Jonathan.
Thank you, Bert. As Bert said, my name is Jonathan Aven. I am a real estate lawyer. I practice downtown. My practice really encompasses all the Chicagoland area. I have been doing short sales, official short sales, for the last 5 years or so, because we didn't do a whole lot of short sales before then. It really didn't exist. What I really want to talk about today is you guys are all buyers considering short sales possibly. Normally when I'm talking to people, I'm talking to sellers and explaining the short sale process. But what I found is if I explain the short sale process to the buyers, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to understand the process really well, and you're going to want to move forward with it, or just as likely, you'll go running away from it and never touch a short sale again. Okay? The reason I say that is you look at what I've given you, and as we go through it, you have to really have a certain type of personality and be able to be in a position to handle a lot of what gets thrown at you in the short sale process. Okay? So I titled the seminar, Short Sale Purchase Isn't Right for You. Okay? Now I know you all came in this morning, you got up, showed up here on Saturday morning, came in to have all this. I drove all the way from the suburbs to be down here. Bert's taping this. I can make this very quick and say the answer is no, you shouldn't do this. Let's all just go home, okay? Save me the trouble. Certainly save Bert the trouble. Save us all the time, and we don't have to worry about it, okay? And again, some of you may come to that conclusion at the end of this, okay? But as we go through this, keep in mind that is kind of my mentality on these things. If you're not ready for it, this may not be right for you, okay? With regard to can I handle this, it really comes down to looking at yourself first, okay? I'm not a psychologist, but a little bit of a personality checklist, right? Are you a calm and cool, collected person? Can you just handle things that change constantly? Can you handle being in a situation where you're not going to hear anything for 45 days, 60 days, or the information you get is, it's all fine, it's with the negotiator. Well, it's fine if you hear that after 2 weeks, but after 12 weeks, if you're hearing the same thing, you may not be so happy. Okay? Type of person who would benefit from a short sale the most, I feel investors. Not necessarily an investor who just woke up this morning and said, yeah, I think I'm going to invest in real estate. Maybe a little more savvy investor. Okay? If you're buying it to live in it, somebody who has an open-ended lease arrangement. You know, you're living at home, you're in a month-to-month lease, something where you can close it in a month or close in 6 months. Okay? Again, as we get through this, you'll understand why sometimes it happens quick, and most often it doesn't. Okay? What I have written down here for can I handle this, I just want to review that. We have delay. negotiations, more delay, lack of communication, and even further delay. You'll notice I like the word delay. All right? There's a reason for that. All right? If you've heard anything about short sales, you guys have heard that it takes a long time. All right? That's relative to most people. Because what does it mean to take a long time? A couple of months? Yeah, that wouldn't be a long time in a short sale. 4 months is average now. 6 months is not uncommon. I have deals that have gone a year or longer. So that is a long time. That is the kind of delay we're talking about. All right? Now, as far as why does it take so long? Why is there this delay? I think it's important for you guys, even as potential buyers of short sales, to understand what the process is. All right? Some of my outline here kind of meshes and intersects. So what I want to do is really explain to you guys kind of a scenario of what happens from a buyer's perspective. But I'm going to be telling it to you as a scenario of what happens from the perspective of me as a lawyer, either on the seller side or the buyer side, explaining to you what's going on with the transaction. Okay? You find a short sale. Bert's taking you out. He's found this great place for you. The place a couple years ago was worth $300,000. It's a beautiful condo, and other things in the area are selling for $150,000, similar condos. And you say, I want this place. I'm going to put in an offer at $100,000. Isn't that great? The place was worth $350,000 a few years ago. It's worth $150,000 now, and I'm going to get it for $100,000. Great. Let's do that, okay? You put the offer in. Seller gets your offer. Seller couldn't be happier. Wow, there's numbers on a piece of paper. I'm going to accept it because I don't care. I'm a seller in a short sale. I'm not getting any money out of this thing, and I will take whatever they give me. Okay? We're all good so far? Put an offer in at 100. We think we're going to get the place of our dreams. Okay? Submit the offer. Now, once the offer gets submitted and accepted by the seller, the real fun begins on the sell side. Okay? I do a lot of short sale work. In a lot of them, I actually do all the work, which is thankless, tedious work, because what happens is we have to put a package together for the lender. And the package consists of about 100 pages. We need the listing sheet, the listing agreement, comparative market analysis of the property, we need the contract, we need a settlement statement showing all the figures so we know what the lender's going to get on a payoff. We need from the seller 2 years of tax returns, 2 months of bank statements, the most 2 recent pay stubs, a hardship letter explaining why they have to sell, and a monthly budget, among other things. That all gets submitted to the lender. Okay? We send it all in, fax or email. They lose it. We send it again. They lose it again. And by the 3rd try, they usually find it. Okay? You guys have signed a contract maybe 2 weeks ago. Bank's finally getting the paperwork 2 or 3 weeks later. Okay? Now, the bank will order a BPO. BPO's a broker's price opinion. Okay? It's similar to an appraisal, but it's done by a real estate agent. Okay? The idea is the bank wants to know what's the value of the property. Right? You guys put an offer in at 100. It's really probably worth 150. So the bank does their BPO, figures out a price. They then take the BPO, they take all the paperwork, and they send it over to a negotiator. Okay? They have internal negotiators sometimes. Sometimes they use outside firms. And these people's job is to make my life miserable. Okay? And I think there's no other way to explain it based on my last few years of life. I'm going to tell you up front, they don't care about humans. They don't care about buyers. They certainly don't care about the sellers. They may care about themselves and how much money they can squeeze out of everyone so that they can get their Christmas bonus. Okay? I'm not exactly sure how it works, but that's what I'm piecing together. So, negotiator gets the file. Negotiator looks at it. First thing they're going to look at is they go, wow, the BPO came in at $150,000. This contract's for $100,000. So they'll pick up the phone or email me and the other attorney or whoever they're negotiating with and say, we need more money out of this.